Well, what's up out there? How you guys doing today? I am sitting here looking at a couple of 3.5-inch Cutjack, 3.5-inch blade. You know, everyone's like, you want the 3-inch, you want the 3.5. We're talking about blade length, okay? Steel Will, which is not a Chinese company, but they're making this Cutjack in China. This one, this model. And this is the box for the OD green. I've got the black one, the box for the black one sitting somewhere. In any case, well, if you're interested, hold on, let's do this. We've Cutjacked ourselves to death, I know. So we're gonna just do this briefly. But you know, the knife goes in a bubble pouch thing, sits at the bottom. On top, they put this trifold dealy bobber, Urban Series, and congratulations. And congratulations for getting the Cutjack. The one with the OD. That's the box for the OD one. So, okay. Close it up. That kind of thing. So, and I keep doing this to the flap. You know, you got the flap that goes in the bottom. Congratulations, you've just messed that one up. But, I mean, they slide inside of an outer sleeve, which is kind of nice. That's all right. That works. I mean, it's not a very expensive knife. So, what do you think? This is the OD green. I'm liking it. I really wanted a 3.5 in the OD green. I really did. Oh, hey, I've got a little 3-inch blue here so we can compare size. So I got the 3-inch blue. All these 3-inch Chinese-made Cutjacks, they come with a black backspacer. And apparently the 3.5s do as well. And what's really weird, and I don't have a Modus here, but the Chinese-made Modus, no, they have different color backspacers. And they're not G10. They're some kind of a metal. I think they're aluminum anodized and they're different colors. So go figure on that one. Any case, yeah, there's a difference in the size. What do you think? And this would make this one look bigger at this aspect ratio. Flip it over here. So, you know, I like the 3.5. Actually, I like the 3 as well. I think the 3 is really nice, easy to carry. So, you know, it does a lot of things and it's so light and easy to just throw in your pocket. Don't even know if you really need a pocket clip, but you can go right or left hand tip up. And, you know, they've got the bushings on them. So they're not bearings, not like the Italian-made version. I've got an Italian-made blue 3.5 with bearings. And it's G10, not FRN. These are FRN, fiberglass reinforced nylon. But they're grippy. You know, they're grippy. Remind me a lot of like the Delica or Endura from Spyderco. A bit. And you know what? What I've noticed, now I was going to fill you in on this. Check this out too. Well, the detent varies from knife to knife. This is the black, 3.5. Detent really varies from knife to knife. This is what I've noticed. I sent one of these black ones to Frank up in upstate New York, and he sent it back. I don't know. I mean, he said he had some play in the detent. So like that hole got drilled too long or something happened in there. And so he's got some play in the detent. Not happy with it. I said, send it back. You know, I'll send it back because I bought it. So I can send it back to the place I bought it from. And I said, because I don't know what you're going to do with that. That's a tough nut to crack. So no, just send it back. That's the easiest deal. This one, and I thought I sent him the better of the two because the action, the detent's not as strong on this one as it was on the one I sent him, but I didn't check play in the detent. So this one's fine, except, nah, it's not that snappy as far as the detent goes. You know? And being on washers, yeah, see, I mean, how picky do you want to be? I don't know. You know, this is not the action that you get from bearings. Sorry. But these are, I haven't done a lot with these. So these are kind of, you know, you got the bronze washers. They take a while to get smoother. And some people will take the knife apart and polish the washers. And that will improve the action as well as far as the flow. But, you know, the amount of detent, it's not all that great. Oh, well, there we go. See? And I'm hitting my, I hit my stand with this. So I'll try not to do that now. But yeah, see? So yes, I can gravity flip them, and I've got a bum shoulder, so I don't put a lot of pressure on it. And so these, no, these don't have a lot of detent. Where's my other one? So this is this OD. I got two OD green ones. I got two black ones. And the black went to Frank, and it's coming back, so we got issues there. And look at this one. This is off center. Now, the reason it's off center is because I cranked this down harder because I had some blade play here. So I'm going, well, I don't want blade play. So I tightened this up. Well, it put it off center. And it definitely made the action not quite as free and easy to flip. But yeah, that'll improve over time probably. But I'm going, you know, here's my mark. I'm either going to loosen this pivot just a little bit, okay, which I can do. Number 8 Taurus. Just. And when you do that, have I improved the centering? Yeah. So I can do it a little bit. Well, let me see if we can hold it like this and we can look at it while we're doing that. Okay, see where it's off center? Now watch, see how far it is? Now watch me loosen this. Yeah, come on, baby. See, now, yeah, now it's centered up just fine. But see it move again when I tighten that down? I don't know. I just don't like the blade play. But I guess, I mean, if I move this a little bit off, the action's a little bit freer and more open. But see that? See the blade play? Yeah, got a little bit like that. So now, when the lock is engaged, no, you're not getting any of that. No. So really when this is engaged and you're cutting, you're not getting that play. But to really check for blade play, of course, you disengage this and then you can feel it. Okay. So that drives me crazy. I guess it's an OCD thing. Plus, it shouldn't be like that. And I took this apart. I swapped the bronze washers because I'm going, maybe one's just a skosh thicker than the other. See, because it's pretty close now to centered. And the action's actually a little bit freer and easier. And it's like, do I want to live with it like this? Or do I want to crank it down? But the centering's going to be more like that than that. So I don't like that. I shouldn't have to make that choice. This should be centered and it should be right. And it's not. So one of the two greens, no. This one's fine. This one's no blade play at all. And it's centered. So go figure. Go figure, you know. And one of the blacks, well, this is centered and it doesn't have any blade play and it doesn't have any detent play. But the detent is pretty weak. Now, this will get better with time. And, you know, I guess I'm getting a little picky because really, these are washers. With time, they'll get smoother. And don't expect washers to feel like bearings. They just don't. They just don't, okay? So, take my Benchmade. Now that I'm ratting. But, you know, we've done a lot of Cutjack stuff. I've already done a video on the 3.5-inch Cutjack from China. So this is a different thing. This is more like, let's check for consistency in the manufacturing, in the way these are going. And, you know, we're going to roll over here a little bit too. Check, you know, here's the size comparison with a full size, you know, Benchmade gripster. And fancy my little para 2. Close. And let's go pivot to pivot. We got a lot of tail on fancy. I mean, that para 2, damn. They got some handle on it, that's for sure. So, you know, because actually I think this is not quite a full 3.5 where this is supposed to be. Well, let's throw Bertha out here. Come here, Bertha. Just what I was going to say. Get you out of here. 3.5, right on the noggin, and 90 millimeters basically. 8 inches, just a skosh over, maybe a 16th, and 20.5 centimeters. So, yeah, and, oh crap, hold on. Let me get this. I think we're like 3 millimeter, 3.2 maybe at the best. 0.11, yeah, 3 millimeters then. 11.2 millimeter, 0.44 of an inch. So yeah, 3 millimeter, not real thick blade stock. Not bad though. I mean, this is a good slicer and can do some piercing and stuff. So the front choil is just so wonderful. And you know, I really haven't paid a lot of attention to, maybe that I should have, to some of this, because, you know, Patty, who has a YouTube channel over in Northern Ireland, Patty Potato Peelers, he got one of these small little Cutjacks, and he was going, "Ooh, you know, that is kind of edgy in here." You know, well, these are not stone washed or anything. So yeah, this is satin, so this is going to be a more raw type grind, not like they've gone and hit all these edges. And you know what? For the price point, are you going to go through a lot of extra refined detail work going through here on everyone? Yeah, maybe not. So those are little things. I don't really have a real problem with it. It's not that uncomfortable or noticeable to me, so it doesn't drive me crazy. I guess the more particular maybe you are, then the more you're going to focus on that. So let's look at these as well. And yeah, they're going to be a little edgy here too, especially on the front side of this choil. Yeah, so if that really drives you crazy, yeah, you can take a little stone or sandpaper, whatever, and just knock that out. Other than that, these scales seem to be really good. And grippy, but not edgy. I mean, they're not as well rounded and rolled. See, you can feel some edginess on here. Let me see if I can kick my lighting up a little bit. You can feel some edginess in here. Yeah, in here and in here. If you want to reach inside there, they didn't really chamfer the inside edges of these. Although, if you just feel it from the top, it's not an issue. But when you get your finger down in here, they're edgy here. Now, they did skeletonize the scales. I mean, the liners underneath. And in a previous video, I think I took them apart. It's just, you know, it's just washers. You just take these screws off, and the pivot unscrews from this side. Take these two screws off, lift it off, and you got your bronze washers. It's nothing fancy. But in any case, back spacers. integrated lanyard hole that, you know, at least that's a step down thing. So your lanyard can go in there and then your knife's not sitting on top of that lanyard because you've got this reduction of thickness here for that to come out. Like the small one, right and left hand tip up carry. Yeah, I like it. I think they're a good like user knife to carry. You know, I don't, you know, they're not a, you know, proud carry show off type knife. No, they're more just like you'd carry an Endura, you know, from Spyderco or something like that. Yeah, just something like that. You know, it flips, although this is a flipper, so that kind of makes it a little bit more interesting, more fun, more fidget friendly, I guess, especially over time as these break in. This is not bad. It's just that, you know, it doesn't take much to take them out, does it? See? That's not a lot of detent. Let's try this one. I think this has a little bit better detent. Not a whole lot. So what's that on my detent scale? You know, maybe a 4. I mean, it's got some. It's not going to just like, you know, fall out. But I mean, you get it. Yeah. I mean, you can open it that way. I mean, that's kind of a plus. I knew a guy that he loved to open all his knives with a gravity flip. So if that's the way you like to roll, then that's maybe a good thing. The detent doesn't hold it so much that you have a real snappy flipper action. No, you don't. But, I mean, if you gave it to a friend that wasn't familiar with these kinds of flipper knives, then you know, they give increasing pressure on the tab and they just push it out and they go, oh, okay, so what's the deal? So, you know, once you get the knack, you actually give it a full stroke, yes, it flips right out and locks up. You know, lockup's pretty good on these, so that's pretty heavy lockup, right about 50%. I mean, it's just, nothing's perfect in the knife world. Yeah, I had a green one. It's a little off-center, and that may go back. The black one coming back from Frank, because that has some play in the detent. So might as well send them both back and get them. And, you know, that's a good thing about Steel Will. They're USA, so they're going through USA retailers and distributors. So if you got issues like that, to heck with it. Just send it back. And I don't know what the percentage is that's coming out where you're going to have maybe some little issues like that, where you might have play in the detent, where you may have a little bit of blade play, and once you tighten that up, then all of a sudden you're off center. I don't know. It'll be interesting for people to look at, chat at in the future. I really love the ergos on these knives, and that front choil just makes it wonderful. I like the blade shape. I like the overall design of the knife and the overall shape of the knife. And it's very, you know, it's just so comfortable in the hand. This is really, really comfortable. Reverse grip, it's comfortable as well. And this is a bigger knife. So, you know, you got a full-size knife. Kind of like having a Para 2 or, you know, Mannix or Benchmade grip, something like that. I mean, you got that kind of a full-size knife in your hand. So, I mean, you know, as opposed to the small 3-inch. But, you know, this is lighter. This is a little heavier. Probably not a lot. Let's do a weigh off between the 3.5. So that's 3.7 ounces. Let's go grams, 107. Okay, so 3.8, 3.7. Throw this up on there. Not much. 7/10. So, not a lot of difference in the weight. 85, 86 grams. 3.0. But, you know, 3.0, that's pretty light. These are not all that heavy either. but they're bigger, so they take up more real estate in your pocket. It just depends on kind of how you're going to roll, what you're going to do, and what kind of knife fits your plan of the day. But these, I like these 3.5s. I think it's nice. I want to have like one of these at least in my collection, and probably, probably an OD green. I might kick this one back and, because I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Boy, the action's a lot better when it's got blade play. Ooh, no bueno on that. No bueno on that. So that's got to go back. But yeah, I'd like to have an OD green as just, one of those in the rotation. And I like having a 3-inch as well. That's nice. Or, the Rat 2 and D2. What an option that is, huh? Check these knives out. About the same, aren't they? Yeah. Small knives. This one's taller, taller blade profile and everything. But I don't know. This is not a flipper, so you lose that little fidget thing that goes on sometimes if you got nothing else to do. But these flick really nice. I mean, they're kind of fidgety fun as well. And there you go. Might have to have one of each. There we go. Decision. Wow. Yeah. Like that. Good knife. In any case, so these are all like carry knives, user knives. Nothing, super proud, showy type thing. But, feel good in the hand. Really easy to carry. Choke up. Nice choil for sharpening. They got a backspacer, which I like. It helps protect the blade from other things in your pocket that may get through there and hit that edge on that blade while it's closed. I like that. And I like the overall design. You got some color choices, This comes in this color and OD and black. And these are just either the OD green or the black. So, interesting. The Modus, it comes in more of a green, but this OD color is for the Italian version of the Modus, which is the $150 one with G10 and bearings. So how weird is that? And then you get that kind of weird off green color with the Chinese made Modus. But I like the Modus. I'm thinking there's some people out there that are starting to like the Modus better than the Cutjack. Having better experiences with them, more uniform quality as well, which makes no difference. I mean, which makes no sense to me at all. But in any case, here we go. Cutjacks, 3.5, 3-inch. Feel good in the hand. Yeah, good quality. D2 steel. For the price, these are not terribly expensive. What are these, $40, something like that? So, they're right in there with your Kershaw CRKT, that kind of thing. Probably a little bit cheaper, really, than buying an Endura or something like that. So, depends. Those are VG10. These are D2. Depends on what you prefer. And over time, do you want a flipper? Do you want, some other opening system? That just depends on you. So, in any case, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, this is interesting. Like this color. Comes in black. Can afford to carry them, use them. Not a problem. Not expensive. But, yeah, I'm digging them. I like the Cutjack. It's a great option. Thank you so much for joining me. And comment in the comment section if you get some of these. Let me know if you've had issues with like playing the detent, or the blade play is throwing it off center if you tighten, or if the detent is so variable or too weak for you, or that kind of thing. That's interesting. Some people, and detent is just a variable that people, some people like stronger, some people like weaker, but I'm saying these are like a 4. You know, so they're very weak detent, not real strong. I've had some Motuses and some others, and this is actually a stronger detent. So, they seem to vary. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Put your comments down in the comment section. Stay up with us on our table sales, and we have giveaways that happen. So, you have to be a subscriber to win. We have fun together, because you know what we do around here. We love them knives, so stay sharp.